So it's 20 to 12 at night. I'm on call. I'm in the call room here. And I thought I might as well make a video while I'm here. If it's the first time watching a video, welcome to the series.
If you can't remember,
It's called Note to Self because it's just things that have been on my mind. And I wish I could tell my daughter, she's only 2.5 years old now, and my unborn kids, tell them things that I've learned in life and hopefully leave a trail of crumbs for anyone who is inspired by what I do in the future and wants to see or hear how I got there. I actually want to talk about one of my favorite subjects, and that is failure. Failure is the best thing that can happen to you.
you got to learn.
Failure breaks you, and provided you are someone who is willing to come back and do something again, it will be the best thing that ever happens to you. The first time I experienced failure was when I was in final year of high school, and what happened at the end of it is that I didn't get into varsity, and I was extremely embarrassed. That's the first thing, because everyone looked at me as one of the smarter people in the class, and here I was, I didn't get into varsity. The second thing was that I felt like I disappointed my parents. I was expected to go to university. All my other siblings made it to some higher level of education. I'm the youngest of 5, so yeah, it was a tough year. In 2007, I spent a year at the school that I went to as what they call a stooge, and you were kind of like a staff member, but it was really embarrassing because it was people who knew me, and the whole school knew that I had not made it to university, and there I was. And then what happened the year after that was that I got accepted into medical school, but in physiotherapy. So when I got to university, the plan was set, and I needed the good marks in order to get into medicine. So I studied my ass off. I didn't experience first year university, which is supposed to be your party year and all the good times. I didn't experience it like everyone else. I would come back from lectures, I would sit with the notes that I made from lectures, and I would study those, and every day I would do that. I would study on Saturdays and Sundays. I'd also sit in the front of lectures, front row, every single lecture. Didn't want to be joking around because I was so desperate to get into medical school, but a mistake. Joking. Not joking. I also wouldn't go out during the week. There was this other thing called Jug Night at university. Everyone would go to it on a Thursday night, come to class, coming from the club, come to class drunk, and I don't know, all sorts of things that everyone was having fun with. I didn't get to experience university like everyone else, but at the end of it, it did pay off. All my hard work. I got 1 or 2 distinctions in subjects, and I was able to get into medicine. In medicine, I had a lot of failures, personal failures in my life. Marks wise, I became very unmotivated in my second year. I was just tired, and then I had a fallout with my father, and that made it even more difficult because he's the doctor and I looked up to him, and when we had a fallout, then I didn't even want to study anymore. That's a whole nother story for another day. But basically, failure, coming back from that humiliation in matric and going on to making it to varsity after a year of just feeling like ass. That's the first time I had failed, and it was such a good feeling coming back. And all the failures that I experienced throughout university really reinforced that feeling of when you fail, the first thing you should do is just work on coming back. Like there'll be a problem and I'll just be moving immediately. I won't sob in it. I won't sit and cry over spilled milk. I will just start planning and I'll start taking action. It's helped me be that person. Now every single time something happens, I'm back on the horse immediately. I could fail at trying to do this whole music thing, going from being a doctor to a musician. I could fail at that, but I don't care. I honestly don't care. It'll motivate me to do something else, and I'll achieve somewhere else because I'll be motivated. So fail as much as you can. It gets better, it gets easier, and you end up not caring about failure. In fact, you look forward to it because then you learn your mistakes. And there's so much. I could go on about failure for days. That's my favorite topic. Fail, and learn, and you can get better. You can become good at anything. Thank you for listening. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and visit my website www.delizademd.com. That's where all of my everything, I put everything up on there, so you can just follow those links. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.
I was so full of fear, didn't know myself all these years, and I couldn't cope with the feeling of letting go when my dreams got a degree to please everyone but me. So even when you feel you lost control,